Are you ready to be part of a journey of inspiration and connection? Do you have a goosebump tingling tale that shook your world? Share your story here on Divinely Connected. I, your host and medium, Angela McClellan, know the power that our words and experience hold. By sharing our stories of intuition, connection, and synchronicity, it validates and allows others to trust in theirs. We have started a new series, Storytime Sunday, where I will be featuring and sharing your words and hope that they bring comfort and confidence to our listeners. If you have an experience you want to share, head over to angelamcclellan.com/share your story. Hi, it's Angela. I am so happy to be here on a Storytime Sunday with you again to share a beautiful tidbit coming from Vicky. Now, Vicky writes, on April 15th, 2005, at 11:34 p.m., I was reading in bed when suddenly heard what I thought was my son's voice yell, "Mom!" I had an uneasy feeling, but thought I was mistaken. A few hours later, my 40th birthday, I received a phone call from the hospital advising my son had been involved in a highway rollover and had been ejected from the vehicle. He had been flown by Star's Air ambulance, and the nurse said that they tried to reach my ex-husband, but there was no answer. I hung up the phone, picked it back up, and dialed his girlfriend's phone number without hesitation. I never even called her before, and it still gives me chills to this very day. Listen, this is absolutely amazing. You wouldn't believe how many conversations that I have about how there was I heard my name, or I saw the crow, or this crazy thing happened that put me in this position at this time to receive this connection. And this is how your divine team and how your intuition and how connected we truly are allows us to communicate on that soul level. Okay? It's not going to make sense. We often brush it off. We often dismiss it, right? I say this all the time with my gifts. I was 30 before I realized I can do this because I didn't have the big scary experiences. It would not be uncommon for me to wake up in the middle of the night and see figures or beings in my bedroom, but I would just go, "Oh, I must not be all the way awake. Oh, I must still be asleep. Oh, I have such an overactive imagination," right? Because that was it. I was just so imaginative and I was so creative. And so a lot of this stuff that played through in my mind and feelings that I had felt, I just thought to dismiss it, right? And so oftentimes you will have this connection, this experience. You will have that missed phone call or their name show up, and they may have on your phone that may have been passed for years, to validate that they're not alone, to validate that you are connected on a soul level, right? We sometimes get to have that heads up that something bad is going to happen, and we don't understand until after. But I promise you, it is never because we are meant to prevent. We are not God. We can't prevent anything in this physical life if that is what's meant to happen. And we certainly cannot prevent departures if they are meant to depart, right? And so these connections and these intuitive experiences often come in such a significant time in your life because it's going to teach you and change you. Oftentimes, when we go through a big loss or a big tragedy or a big life changing experience, that is the start of your spiritual awakening. It's like we're thrusted into challenging our thoughts and challenging our beliefs. And like Vicky had automatic response, just knew intuitively on that soul level, picked it up and dialed a number that she's never called before. I don't even know my phone number half the time. Everything is just programmed in my phone these days, right? And so it is really amazing on how intelligent we are on the soul level and how in tune we are, whether we give it credit or not. And I know those who are listening in today, I know you're like, "Oh my God, I had this feeling, this thought, this word, this experience, this hunch. And then da 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 da. This is what happened." Right. And it's not always has to be a tragedy or someone departing. You just know. You just know. That is your intuition. I don't want anybody tuning in, walking around thinking that they are not intuitive. Just like we have eyesight, taste, smell, touch, sound, We have intuition. We have the ability to connect on an energetic level. We have the ability to connect with other spirit, other souls, because that is what we are. We are spirit having a physical being. We still have the perks and the connection and the intelligence and the wisdom that comes from that soul spirit version of ourselves. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget, if you have a story that you want me to highlight here on Storytime Sunday, you can go over to my website, AngelaMcClellan.com, and submit your story today. Thank you for joining me on this journey of connection and love. As we conclude another episode, I want to express my deepest gratitude to you. To be able to do this work, it is a profound privilege for me. I have learned so much through my connections with you in spirit. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your spiritual journey. And thank you for being a part of mine. Remember, the connections with your departed loved ones are timeless and eternal. May the messages shared here bring you comfort, healing, and a renewed sense of hope. I'll leave that with you. May you walk in the light of love and know that you are always divinely connected. I am Angela McClellan, your host and medium, sending you light and love always.